Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and one CNN host, well, he might have just ended Ron DeSantis' campaign. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. Now, you guys know me. You've seen this show before. You've seen this channel before. I'm a Ron DeSantis fan. Love the guy. Think he's a great governor. He's not going to be president in 2024. We all know it. It's time to get behind Trump. It's time to get out of this race. Let's stop denying reality. Trump's our guy. 2024. That's it. Plain and simple. That being said, I do think Ron DeSantis is a warrior for us in the future. He's not a rhino. He's not any of these things people say. But he is done, as far as I'm concerned, right now. And to hear this one CNN anchor, formerly a Fox News anchor, actually just straight up call him a loser, well, that's pretty brutal. And that's about as brutal as you can get on national television. And that's what Chris Wallace did. Let's take a look at this clip. Before we do, I want to ask you to please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really helps us out. I'm Carmine Sabia for Explain America. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.
And joining me now to discuss this is Chris Wallace, CNN anchor and host of Who's Talking to Chris Wallace and The Chris Wallace Show. Chris, thanks for joining us again.
Good to be with you, Abby.
So, Chris, I wanted to get your reaction first to this breaking news that the Trump campaign is appealing Colorado's decision to kick him off of the ballot. Do you think that the Supreme Court will ultimately take on this challenge from the former president?
Oh, they have to. I mean, you can't have a situation where one state Supreme Court is taking a presidential candidate off the ballot. Another state's Secretary of State is doing it. A bunch of states are saying, no, he stays on the ballot. They may not. The court may end up deciding this on very technical grounds, but they've got to be able to decide whether or not Donald Trump, who at this point is the front runner for the Republican nomination, should be on the ballot in all 50 states. I just can't imagine a checkerboard where he's on the ballot in some states and not in others.
Yeah, and certainly time is of the essence here. I mean, this is not the kind of thing that they could wait 6 months for, given that the primary is underway. And speaking of, we're in this final countdown now to Iowa. And Trump is, as you said, the clear frontrunner. Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis are battling it out for second place. They are now turning from attacking each other to saying that they are the ones who are going to take on the former president. Listen.
In his commercials and in his temper tantrums, every single thing that he said has been a lie. Every single one. I looked for some gratitude. Every single one.
I don't think Donald Trump ultimately can win an election. There are just going to be so many voters that are activated to come out and vote against him that it's not even related to policy. It's related to other things.
So do you think that that argument ultimately is going to convince Iowa voters? And what do you make of the fact that suddenly now they think it's important for them to make it clear that they are willing to take on Trump?
Well, it's awfully late in the game. I mean, how many months has this campaign been going on? And, you hear a little thing from DeSantis about, well, he can't win, or Trump didn't keep all his promises as president, and from Nikki Haley about chaos. But I mean, let's put this in perspective. No Republican has ever won a contested race in the Iowa caucuses by more than 12 points. Right now, Donald Trump leads both Haley and DeSantis by more than 30 points. So it seems awfully late for them to come to this recognition. But, I know one of them wants to be second, the other third. If you finish second, but 30 or 32 points behind the front runner, you're a loser. You did not the second place finisher. You're the first loser.
Yeah, there's no participation trophy here for these guys.
So I just think that they have to. Although I just think it's so late now. I mean, we're less than 2 weeks before the caucuses to start taking shots. And there's a reason they didn't take a shot against Trump, particularly DeSantis, because a lot of his people, they like DeSantis, but they also like Trump. And if you take on Trump, you run a risk of riling up people and maybe losing their support, people who like the former president, even if they weren't inclined to vote for him.